everybody. All right, we are live again for another stream. And today we're talking about how to create your high ticketed offer, right? So I'm talking about $5,000 packages specifically, and above. So how does that work? What are you doing? How do you be able to put them all together? So a lot of people offer a service or a product, and it may be like a one-time thing. It may be where they offer a bunch of multiple things, and so you're getting one-time payments or smaller payments, right? But then you want to start creating these larger payments, and so or these larger packages. And what does that look like? Well, the easiest thing to do when you're talking about larger ticketed items is to have some sort of result at the end, right? You can guarantee by the time you're done, you will have these tangible things, or you will have X amount of results. That when you can guarantee something, people are good with paying whatever the cost is, as long as you're taking them from A to B or A to Z, whatever it is. Just make sure that it is foolproof and that you are guaranteeing that they're moving forward. Now, a lot of people have questions on how to guarantee that you're moving forward. Well, if you feel like you're teaching something and people are confused, you can always throw in, especially if you're starting it off, an extra strategy or consulting to make sure that they got everything that they need. There's no issues, there's no questions, and that they have consumed the information properly, right? Like the thing about me, I guarantee that I'm showing you how to create a workbook or a coloring book or whatever for yourself. Now, you will have the tools if you want to go and do it yourself after working with me. That is an added bonus. But the guarantee is that you will have a finished product. You will have a finished product. Like there is no non-guarantee. If you do the work and you submit to me, you will have, I guarantee, what you need to move forward. You will have it. And that is how I'm able to charge a more premium when I'm working with people, because you will have these physical products, but then we're also consulting. You're getting courses, you're getting extra things to bundle it up. It makes sense. And a great sale is when you're able to justify that you're getting more than the value. You're getting the higher than the value of what it is to work with me, and that makes you feel good too. You don't feel like I'm paying $5,000 or $5,250 or even $10,000. I'm paying X amount of money, but I'm in a situation where I'm getting a value of 20K or a value of 30K. I feel great. Then it looks like it's a steal, right? And that's with anything. So you want to bundle in and make sure. And that's the value of having a course or a pre-recording or some sort of support that goes with your offering, because they're able to get that extra value, but you physically don't have to be the person to do it over and over and over again. You've done it once, and now you're focused on selling and getting new people to your existing topic. And so if that sounds like you, I would love to work with you to help create your digital assets, whether that's a course, that is pre-recording, some workbooks, some ebooks, so that you can bundle that value with your service. That allows you to bundle it up. Also, think about what your program can be. Can you stretch it out over a span of 3 months where they're working with you and you're hitting different milestones and different wins and different results? When you're able to stretch it out and have like these milestone wins, then both people are aligned. They're excited to keep going, but they feel confident. And a lot of times people will then ask, well, how can we continue to work together? What more can we do? Give me another package or bundle more on. Those are both really, really, really great suggestions on how you can package it. Now, you want to also make sure that what you're doing works. So, have you worked with people before? Do you have testimonials? Have you had people going through your program? Or is it just a thought process? Or have you done it to yourself? I like to go through all types of programs with me and with different uh, clients and making sure that, hey, do you understand everything? Are you good? What more could I add to it? And just always taking feedback. A lot of people are afraid of feedback, and feedback is your friend. How can you get better if you don't know that there's an issue? And how can you work with people or feel comfortable receiving feedback? Have you created a safe space where people can give it without you having an attitude or having your mood and stuff? Like, it takes thick skin, but you need that. And again, it's just, hey, if it's great, keep going. If it's bad, now you know and you can tweak it. It's not a bad thing. Like, they've already given you your money. The goal is to work with the people and make sure that it's great and then take it on the road and grow and scale. So how many people are like afraid of feedback? Don't like it at all. It makes you scared, it makes you nervous. You just don't want to deal with it. How many people are like that? Make it today that this is your last day that you're afraid of feedback. A lot of people that are afraid of feedback are perfectionists. And so they feel like getting any type of negative feedback means that they've failed or that this isn't for them or it's something like that. And that's not how feedback works. You have to change your mentality. Feedback is you being able to pick your client's brain to make your thing that much better. If you want to be the best, you got to be comfortable with feedback. You got to be able to change things, and you got to be comfortable with not being perfect. You got to be comfortable with people wanting to talk to you. And when you actually go and ask for the feedback, then you don't have to deal with negative reviews and all this stuff going on social media and stuff. You're okay and comfortable. You can nip the problems in the bud when you're an open source, when people are comfortable being able to come to you. Because I know that there's horror stories that we hear where you tell a client or you tell somebody that you're working with, you tell a vendor there's issues and like they're hanging up or there's like a verbal altercation and all types of stuff. And do you think that the next time there's an issue that they're going to tell you, or they're just going to be like, you know what, it's not even worth it here? There's so many times I hear people like, they just took my money and then I just went with someone else because I didn't want to keep going back and forth. And I still needed to get the whatever that was that I needed done. So again, what a loss, I think, of what could have been a really, really good business relationship over and over and over again because people don't incorporate when to have feedback in their business. So that is going to be the key to really putting together whatever your high ticketed offer is. And a lot of people are making it super, super complicated. Look and see what your industry leaders are doing. Look and see what your competitors are doing. Look and see what other people are doing. A lot of times people are in a rut because they're so against collaboration that they look at all their competitors and say, I would never want to work with someone. When in reality, a lot of times it may be easier for you to work with someone. Honestly, there's no shame in like collaboration. I know that for me, I have a team. I don't do anything on my own anymore. And it allows for me to have that work-life balance. And what crazy headspace would I be in if I was literally trying to do everything? I couldn't be consistently, on these lives talking with you and dropping gems and having conversations with you. Absolutely not, because it's only so many hours in the day. And I believe in personal work-life balance. I don't believe in working super, super hard all the time. And the only way to still be as productive without that is going to be expansion and collaboration and building a team. So you may be getting in your way of that next big ticket offer because of that. So for people that are like, well, what's your big ticket offer? Okay, so I have two right now. You can work with me for 3 months and we can create digital products or your physical product. And we're doing marketing strategies. So you're going to have 3 times for us to work together in the 3-month program or and we're working together. We have weekly cadence, so weekly check-ins, and we're really able to discuss custom-wise like your brand or business. I'm your accountability partner during that time. We are really pushing as far as you need to go. Most people that utilize that 3-month program come out with 2 products, and that could be a number of things, but they come up with 2. And then there's the 7-month program where you can work with me for 7 months, and that's $10,000. And we push as hard as we can with creating, but just as hard with growing and scaling. See, the scaling is the issue. A lot of people don't have an issue with creating, because I'm doing a lot of the creating. So you don't have an issue with creating, but then you don't have a system for selling. You don't put in a consistent strategy for selling. You don't build that connection for selling, and then you get defeated. And in reality, you really want your product to, or whatever it is that your program, whatever that is that you're creating, to then start paying for your other business expenses, right? You want them to pay for my fee to keep going. Like, you will want that. You want them to open the doors for you to have more speaking engagements, for you to have new eyes, for you to make consistent sales. And there's a big disconnect in people that are just starting to shift because, marketing is not a project, right? In a lot of different areas in business, there is a start and a stop date, and you can tackle it, work hard, complete it, and then set it and forget it. And that is not how marketing works. Marketing is consistent. Marketing is you looking and pivoting and tweaking minor things over and over again. Marketing is like a relationship. That's the perfect terminology. Marketing is like a relationship. It is not something that you can just give a lot of attention to at the beginning and then set it and forget it. And it is not a lot of things. It's not the thing that you can wait a couple of months and then finally like get yourself together. It is something that has to be consistent. It is something that you have to constantly pour into. It is something that you have to constantly show up for. And if you don't, then your relationship will suffer. If you do show up, then your relationship will grow. And there is nothing that you can do to trick it into acting like it's something that it's not. Now you can pay, you can do more, you can invest in more paid ads and, a PR person or something like that. Or you don't have to physically do it. You can maybe outsource and have other people post for you and things like that. But you have to still have some part of you being organically showing up. Unless you're okay with other people being the face of your brand, which most people are not. So with that being said, you have to consistently show up and you have to figure this out. Now, people are now on Clubhouse, but there's a lot of different ways and places that you can really, push yourself to get out there. And I encourage you to figure out what works for you. If that is one of the things that you're struggling with, coming up with what is a consistent and profitable marketing plan, then I would love to work with you. You can book a strategy session or a pick my brain session, and we can create a marketing plan for you. But it's one thing to have a really, really great marketing plan. The most important thing is implementing it and implementing it to a T. Being perfect with it, showing up whether you feel like it or not, showing up whether you're pretty or not, and then combining things that allow you not to show up, which may be for me, like my hair. I have a protective style. And so therefore, we lie, baby, 365 at this point. Or whatever it is that bothers you, you need to be the person that is, quote unquote, showing up. And I stand by that. And once you determine that if you want to make money, you need to invest in this part of your business. And it is something that is going to be one of the deciding factors on how profitable you are and how much you are really day in and day out connecting with your users. And when you launch, you have big numbers and things like that. A lot of it has to do with you, quote unquote, playing all day on social media is what I hear a lot of people say, or showing up to your audience, and not always working in your business. Then it'll change your mind. And for me, it flips. Once you understand the reason why, you show up. Once you see that there are results, you show up. It doesn't matter. Just like if someone shows you how to get to the center of the universe and they were like, this is what you got to do, you gonna not do it? Like, this is the plan. It's plain and simple. I'm telling you that this is what you have to do. So I'll see you on the other side. But yeah, you do something, do a challenge and see. Make it a habit. So if you're scared of whatever your strategy is, do it for a week and then push and do it for 30 days. And then after 30 days, it's a habit, and then you're good to go. All right, that is it for me this morning. I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. Bye.